Hi everyone, this is Lina from Trading Edge, and in this video I would like to congratulate you for the spring equinox. Happy spring equinox today. I'm recording this video on the 20th of March at 17:47 UTC. I hope you had a great day, and I hope the day brought some kind of hope and progress in your life. I'm stuck here in Barcelona airport, so I apologize for the noise around me. Okay, so what do we see today is exactly what I forecasted in the last video. I said that expected 17, 18 and 20th to close on green candles, and out of those 3 dates, the 17th and the 20th are performing as green candles, so nothing surprising. Isn't it nice when we know what to expect and when we can shape our picture of what is to come in advance, rather than being at the mercy of the market makers? I am really enjoying using my system. It's not a perfect system, it's not 100% correct and accurate, and it doesn't guarantee anything, but in the progress of several years I have developed it, and with every passing day it gets better and better, so I'm really enjoying using it, and I hope it's beneficial for you as well. So today is the spring equinox. We're gonna cover the rest of the month in the next video, and today I just wanted to show you some fancy table that I have created about the eclipses, the upcoming eclipse. So I have created this table here. It's Bitcoin daily closing candles on solar and lunar eclipses, and the focus is on the 28 days after the solar eclipses. And these dates are obtained from my King and Queen table 1, which has all the Bitcoin data. So let me just show you my table 1 minute. It's a massive piece of work which has taken me a long time to produce. This is my table 1. So it begins from 2009, and then every single column is 1 year, and then in every single year I have entered the date, the closing candle based on the performance on the price as stated by Yahoo Finance, and I have entered some other variables which are very useful for predicting Bitcoin, such as the positions of Mars in relation to the Sun. This column here is Mars in relation to the Sun, and also Mars in zodiac signs. This is the column here. So I'll show you this table in more detail at another time, but this is my King and Queen table, because this data here has been checked several times, minimum 3 times. I have checked those dates that the closing candles are correct, and the way they have been checked is against prices. In those early years I haven't entered all the prices, but I have gone through them, and then in the later years I have entered the price here in this column for every single day. So what I do once I have created this table, I take these closing candles and I create all sorts of other tables that give me information about Bitcoin, and I will show you now one of my eclipse tables. I've got tons of eclipse tables, but I will show you the table which is really tradable. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, so this table is the closing candles 28 8 days after the solar eclipses. That's the focus, but it has a little bit more in it. It has 3 days before the solar eclipses, and it also includes a little table about the lunar eclipses so that they don't feel left out. So I have included 3 days before the lunar eclipses and 3 days after the lunar eclipses. So what I have done in every single year since we have had information about Bitcoin, we don't have much information about 2009, so I haven't included any data from there. But from 2010 we do have trading data as obtained from Bitcoin all-time index, and I have laid out all the closing candles of the solar eclipses aligned on the same row, and then for every single year I have laid them in columns, and then I have counted the number of green candles and the number of red closing candles, and these are the results that I have obtained. The solar eclipses, 42% of them close on a green candle, and 55% of them so far have closed on a red candle. However, the lunar eclipses, 58% of them have closed on green candles and 42% of them have closed on red candles. And then I checked the whole cycle. So between a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse, or between a solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, there are several sub-cycles, and here in this table I investigate mainly the 28 days after the solar eclipse. And what have I found? Day number 1 after the solar eclipse, 81% closes on a green candle. So that's very tradable because it is a very significant percentage. So this year we've got the solar eclipse on the 8th of April. So in my forecast for April I will put a green candle on the 9th of April. There is never guarantee because it's not 100%, it's 80%. So there is still a chance of closing on a red candle, but we go by probabilities. That is the best we can do in our forecast. We cannot really guarantee the 100%. So I have counted all the days, all the candles, all the closing candles on all the days after the solar eclipse, and these are the results here laid out. Another significant date is day number 5 after the solar eclipse. 68% of the time those days number 5 have closed on a green candle. Another significant day is day number 16 after the solar eclipse. 86% of those days number 16 after the solar eclipse have closed on a green candle. Day number 17 after the solar eclipse, 86% of them have closed on a green candle. When a lunar eclipse falls on day number 14 after the solar eclipse, it closes on an insignificant percentage, only 54%, which is non-tradable. However, when a lunar eclipse closes on day number 15 after the solar eclipse, 65% on those days it closes on a green candle. Day number 18 after the solar eclipse closes on a 64% on green candles. Let's see if there are any significant red candles days. No, there aren't any significant red candles days. The highest red candle day I have seen is 62% on day number 19. So for that reason, I will mark it as a red candle on my April forecast. Because normally I use 65% minimum, but because this is very rare, there is still something significant about day number 19 after the solar eclipse. So I will actually forecast that day as closing on a red candle. The same goes for days number 25 after the solar eclipse and day number 27 after the solar eclipse. They got 62%. And then I have given a bit of information about the lunar eclipse. I have counted in this table. I have a separate table which gives the full detail about this lunar eclipse. But for this table, I have counted only 3 days before the lunar eclipse and 3 days after the lunar eclipse. And what I have obtained is that day number 3 before the lunar eclipse closes on a green candle 68% of the time. This year the lunar eclipse is on the 25th of March, and -3, that will give us 22nd of March. So this table is forecasting the 22nd of March will close on a green candle, which is a very interesting forecast because on the 22nd of March we have an extremely bearish event. We have Mars entering Pisces, and Mars hates being in Pisces, and that tends to produce a red candle. So 22nd of March will be a very interesting date. I have not reached a conclusion about it yet because we have this fight between an extremely bullish 68% is a quite significant percent of bullish occurrence, bullish significance, and then that is fighting against Mars entering Pisces. So we need to look at a lot of other variables to see how the weights will be distributed there in that assessment. And then the lunar eclipse itself, again, it's not significant. You can see here that only 58% of the lunar eclipses have closed on a green candle, which is more or less 50-50. So we cannot use this table to make a prediction. The purpose for making this table and for investigating the eclipses very deeply is because everyone talks about eclipse, and I wanted to know for myself, hold on, let's see what is going on those eclipses. And look, what is turning out? The lunar eclipse is not significant, right? And then the solar eclipse is not significant either. There is a bit of a tendency to close on a red candle. It's 58%, but still I do not include 58% in my forecast. It's not a significant percentage. It needs to be 60 minimum. That's the very minimum, even higher than 60. So sometimes knowing that something is not significant, it's still better than not knowing anything about that and making assumptions. Like tons of people out there who've heard about the eclipses and they immediately make an assumption. Oh, that's going to be very important. In what way? Is it green or is it red? That's what I want to know. In what way is that going to be important? So the conclusion so far about the eclipses is that particularly this part of the cycle between the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse, there is another cycle between the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse. But for this particular part of the cycle, the conclusion is that there is a cycle in operation because there are significant days after the solar eclipse that produce significant results. If the cycle was not significant, then most of those days will be averaging around 50-50. However, we managed to withdraw. There are about, I have counted them, there are about 16 days. Out of those 28 days, we have 16 significant days which are scoring above 60% of occurrence of a particular color candle. So the conclusion therefore is that the cycle is significant, but not the day itself, not the day of the solar eclipse, not the day of the lunar eclipse. Those 2 days are not significant. I hope you find this video useful, and I'm going to include those dates in the April forecast. If you want to purchase this table from my website, let me know and I'll be very happy to give you a discount. The official price of this table is £46 GBP, and for you ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to reduce it to £31. Bye for now.